Good morning from the fourth floor of Keenan Football Center, Chapel Hill. Lee Pace joined by head coach Larry Fedora, another National Signing Day coach. 7 players already in Chapel Hill, 15 more expected today. What in your mind is the highlight of this class?
Well, I would probably say we had a great need in the offensive line, and we were able to bring in a couple of long guys on the edge. We brought in 2 guys with some girth inside, and then a center that has played that position. So I think those 5 guys together we're really excited about.
You've got 7 players who enrolled in January. Boy, as you look at their offer sheets and their credentials, you got 3 defensive linemen who could have gone anywhere in the country. It begins with Jake Lawler, who was the #1 consensus defensive end in the state.
Yeah, not only was Jake a great player, but he was a great recruiter. I would have to say that you have to give him a lot of responsibility for putting this class together, because Jake did it the right way. He made a decision. He fell in love with Carolina early. He wasn't worried about the hoopla, putting on the hats. He decided he wanted to make a decision, and then he wanted to have an impact on the guys that came in around him. So he recruited hard throughout the year and created a bond with those guys so that they would be close before they ever got here.
Then Jordan Riley, a defensive tackle from Durham, big basketball player growing up and just kind of a latecomer to football.
Yeah, Jordan Riley, we're really excited about his potential because he's he's 6'5", he's 315 pounds, so he's got some height and he can run. Just really looking forward to him, and he's doing a great job in the offseason so far.
And then, of course, Zach Gill from nearby Wake Forest, another key signing along that defensive front.
Yeah, another guy that plays basketball, and played both sports, and just like Jordan. And so he's another kid. He's 6'5". He's about 367 right now, but he's already put on 10 pounds since he's been here, and he's going to get bigger and bigger as we go.
And you really got to like Trey Shaw, a young man from Ellenboro, Georgia, who's got some family connections to North Carolina. He's a defensive back. His uncle, Brian Simmons, was an All-American linebacker here for the Tar Heels about 20 years ago.
Yeah, really just a great kid and really a great family. Got to know his mom, Wanda, and have a really good relationship with them. Trey's doing a great job. He can really run. Won the state championship, in his last game. Had a pick 6, and so ended a high school career in a great way.
And one of those offensive tackles you talked about, Jonah Melton, a longtime Tar Heel fan from nearby Mebane, he's going to anchor that offensive line for the next 4 to 5 years.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that we have penciled in as a guard. He's he's 6'3", he's 320 pounds. He's a people mover, and just a great kid. He's another one that jumped in early and helped put this class together. And I know he's looking forward to being blocking for the running back that we got out of Florida.
Well, which leads me to Michael Carter. You lose a couple of running backs with T.J. Logan leaving, with Elijah Hood leaving. Michael Carter, 2,500 yards rushing this year. One game he had over 500 total yards, kick returns, and rushing.
Yeah, he's pretty multi-dimensional. He's really a great kid. He's comes from a really good family and just had an unbelievable senior year. He had a knee injury as a junior, and so he didn't get to play much. But as soon as they cleared him, he was back out there and led his team to the state finals.
And then a wide receiver, you lose 3 guys this year, so incumbent to bring some new talent in. J.T. Cawthon from Charlotte. Really like what you and Gunnar Brewer did with Justin Blackmon out at Oklahoma State, and so he's been to several freak shows, I think, over the last 4 years.
He has. JT's always been a Tar Heel at heart, and he's been watching the program closely, and I think he was excited about it. He's a big kid. He's 6'2", he's 220 pounds right now, so he's big and thick, plays with his body, and looking forward to seeing what kind of plays he'll make this spring.
So what is this day like for you? So much the recruiting calendar has moved up. A lot of your day will be working on the 2018 class.
Yeah, we'll be working on the 18-19 class. A lot of the guys will get on the phone today because it's a year from their special day, But this is all about the 17 class today. It's like Christmas Day for the coaches. Last night you have a hard time going to sleep because it's the night before Christmas, right. And you're just ready to unwrap those presents.
This could be the last traditional signing day as we know it, Coach, as the NCAA will vote in April on new legislation that would move a signing day to a 72-hour period in December. How is that? We think that will pass. How is that beginning to affect the way you go about recruiting now?
Well, it really won't change the way we're recruiting. It's just that, we had so many guys that were committed up through the summer. Right. The majority of the class was put together. It would give them the opportunity to go ahead and sign in December and get that out of the way for them. and enable us to really concentrate on the guys that aren't committed, and then also start moving on to the classes ahead.